At our anniversary celebration, my husband stood beside his new girlfriend, a smug grin on his face as he presented me with divorce papers. You know, there are some words that just etch themselves into your soul, words that rip through your world and leave you gasping. For me, it was this: I am upgrading now, so go find someone from your own low level. Can you believe it? My husband, standing right there, bold as brass, in front of 40 of our closest friends and colleagues, at what was supposed to be our 5th wedding anniversary celebration. He held divorce papers, like a restaurant menu, announcing to everyone that I was being replaced. It was a public execution, a brutal declaration. And what happened next? The room, full of his colleagues, his business associates, even strangers, just erupted in laughter. They laughed at me. They laughed at my humiliation. I sat there in my emerald dress, hands folded calmly in my lap, looking at the man I had spent 5 years supporting, building up, sacrificing for. Harrison thought this was his moment of victory, his grand declaration of freedom from a wife he had supposedly outgrown, his public claim to a better future with someone younger and prettier standing beside him like a trophy. But what he didn't know. Oh, he had absolutely no idea. I had been expecting exactly this. Not the specific, vile words or the theatrical cruelty, but the performance itself. You see, 3 months earlier, I had discovered the truth about what Harrison had been doing behind my back. And I had spent every single day since then building something that would transform this moment from my destruction into his. My phone, tucked away in my clutch purse, was actually connected to the venue's audiovisual system. That elegant woman seated among the guests, the one he probably thought was just my yoga friend, she was my attorney. And the mountain of evidence I had painstakingly compiled over 90 days was about to appear on every screen in that room. The laughter that currently filled that ridiculously expensive event space, it was about to die in a way none of them would ever forget. But to truly understand how I got to that moment, you need to know how our marriage began. 7 years ago, I met Harrison Whitmore at a marketing conference in Chicago. He was up on stage, presenting on commercial property development, looking so successful and confident in his Navy suit. The way he talked about building a real estate empire, it sounded inevitable, not just ambitious. He spoke about the future like he could construct it with his bare hands, and honestly, that vision was intoxicating. We got coffee, then dinner. By the end of that weekend, we were smitten, exchanging numbers and making plans. Despite living in different cities, that long-distance phase only lasted 6 months. Harrison relocated for a property development opportunity that brought him right to my city. He said it was for work, but I like to think I was a big part of that decision. 2 years later, he proposed at this fancy downtown restaurant, and I said yes without a moment's hesitation. I genuinely believed we were building something together. I thought marriage meant partnership, mutual support, creating a life that reflected both our dreams and contributions. And I threw myself into that partnership with everything I had. Harrison was launching his commercial real estate firm, and I became more than his wife. I became his foundation. I introduced him to contacts from my own marketing firm, people who trusted my judgment enough to take meetings solely based on my recommendation. Those introductions? They led to his first major property deal, the one that established his credibility in an industry where reputation was everything. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.